I've all right. All right, guys. I'll wait for a few people to get in here. I'll show a couple of my recent paint pours and now how they've dried. This is one of my favorites, actually, I've done here recently. And it kind of goes along with this one that was also done on a live stream probably about 2 weeks ago. Mike's going to open up the blinds for us so we get a little bit better lighting in here. And today we got a guest here, the kitty. She's going to sit here and watch, I guess. But yeah, here we can see the color a little bit better there. So yeah, my plan is to do the next three, or today and the next 2 Fridays is going to be, we're going to be talking about craft fairs and bazaars and all kinds of different stuff. So today's video will be the first, today's live stream will be the first of 3 of the live streams, and the subject of craft fairs or bazaars or art fairs or anything like that. And so today we're specifically going to talk about how to find them, what you're looking for when choosing one. So, and then next Friday, I'm going to talk about like setup and what all you want to make sure you have with you and inventory and stuff like that. And then the following Friday, so that next Friday is the 22nd, and that's what the second video or live stream. And then the third one on the 29th will be about the actual customer service and the actual event. Hey, Robert, how are you doing? How's your week been? Thank you for coming in. I was going to show a few of the projects that I've gotten done and ready for tomorrow. I have a pretty large craft fair. This one got real glossy. We put a hook on the back, and so we're all ready. We're getting everything buttoned up and done for this weekend's art fair. So yeah. Awesome. Okay, yeah, go ahead. Let's answer a question about potty training really quick. How's that going for you? How's that going for you? H7, how you doing? Welcome. How's your week been? Hey, Sherry Valentine, are you gonna you're local? Yeah, I think you had mentioned you might stop by Evergreen tomorrow. So I was showing a few of the projects that I've gotten done for Evergreen tomorrow. I've got this one, this paintings. I'm really happy with how these turned out. Awesome. All right, it'll be great to meet you. Let's see if I can get this figured out of which position this one goes. Okay, I think it goes this way because it's a 3. All right, now I'll show you. Here's this one. The lighting in here is not the best, but this one turned out real pretty purple. This background was awesome because it was this color was, I did a painting on those 3 canvases and I hated it. So I scraped it all off and it was like blue, dark green, coral. I don't know. It was a bunch of colors, white. And when I scraped it all off, I didn't want to waste that paint. I mixed it all up. I got this like dusty, dark purple. It was really cool, like medium purple, I would say. So yeah, so today I wanted to talk about like how you find a craft fair, a bazaar, those type of things. And then next Friday we'll talk about setup and inventory and what you want to bring and the type of things you want to make sure you have at a craft fair. And then on the following Friday, we're going to talk about what the actual event, certain things about the event and customer service and stuff like that. Sometimes that just happens. You're not doing anything wrong, Robert. Uh, everything's normal with potty training. Every kid is on their own schedule. I wouldn't say anything is abnormal. Pretty much anything is normal with potty training. Um, make it a very I'm super I know some people are against this, but I'm super into bribery. Super into bribery. And you'll play a game with her, you'll spend a big, make it a really like a dance party afterwards and an event, and make it like super spectacular. But we did a chart, and once there was like 20 days of, full days of being not going in the pants, we would have like a party, and the kid got to pick, because I had a daycare. So that's what I'm talking about, all these kids. So real quick interlude of the talking about craft fairs, and I'm going to answer Robert's question. Then we'll get back to talking about the craft fairs. But yeah, so I would fill out a chart, and so I'd have like 20 boxes, and they would put a big old sticker if they got a day where everything. And then once that chart was filled out that they got 20 days of not going in their pants, then they got a party of their own choice. And so we did Indiana Jones parties, Superman parties, My Little Pony parties, Mickey Mouse Clubhouse parties, whatever the kid was really into. Probably these days, what is it? Paw Patrol. And yeah, we did Batman party. I remember our Batman party. But make it an event, like overly excited about. But don't get down on yourself either. Every kid is on their own schedule, and everything's normal. There's nothing that's abnormal really about potty training. It all is just, it goes the way it's going to go. And you yourself just try to relax and, just make it super exciting, you know. But just a second, guys. One of these silly bang drinks. I should not drink those energy drinks, but yeah, as long as she gets the hang of it before prom. But no, she'll get it. She might be just stubborn sometimes, and the kids can just be stubborn sometimes. They get it, they're just being stubborn. So give it some sort of incentive, a really fun incentive. Yeah, yeah. Right now, Santa is watching. Santa's always watching. Yeah, that could be an incentive. Thank you. Mike brings me a water. Thank you. Maybe we get Mike to come on camera today. No, don't feel like a failure. Don't feel like a failure. You never know. It with any kid, it can go any way. So yeah. Anybody else have any pointers on that? But and if I think of anything else, I'll mention it. But I always had like we made it into a dance party and fun and all that. Uh yeah, we kind of have a great group around here. Robert and I have been chatting. We've known each other online for close to 2 years. Around the first of the year, around February, it'll probably be about 2 years. A lot of us have really been chatting and getting to know each other for quite some. H7 Apollo, we've been chatting for quite a long time. And then Mike the Greek, that's my husband, for those that don't know. Kids are just all different. They sure are. They all have a mind of their own. So, but anyway, so okay, I made a big list of stuff I want to talk about, and then we can chat just on other stuff. But let me get kind of through some of this. Oh, and then I also want to mention big thing channel announcement. And I'm not going to do any live streams for December. I've decided, because we've got family coming in from out of town. We're going out of town. We've got art fairs, craft fairs. We've got and I really want to learn OBS, and I really want to learn some new techniques. I want to get new lighting and all kinds of stuff. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a few extra live streams for the rest of November, but I'm not going to be live at all in December, but I'm going to have tons of videos coming out. And I might do a couple of those videos where they're premieres so we can still chat and check in with each other's. But I don't think I'm going to do any of the scheduled live streams for December. That I'm going to kind of do that and learn some new skills with OBS and live streaming and try to come back at the first of the year with like rebranded, like way better qualities and all kinds of stuff. So but yeah, so that's what I wanted to mention is the next 3 Friday or today and the next 2 are going to be about bazaars and craft fairs. And so today I want to talk about how to find them. So how I find my craft fairs and my bazaars is, well, one thing is I've been doing the same ones for several years. So we get a network of people, and I've kind of got a network of emails that I kind of start emailing everybody. Hey, Dina, welcome. I see you snuck in there. I wasn't paying attention to my notes. And so then I popped up and saw that, all right. Hey, welcome. I hope you're having a great week. But yeah, so of the way I find my craft fairs is mainly through Facebook. So what I do is, and when you're searching on Facebook, I guess I didn't bring my phone, but no big deal. I'll just explain it. So what you have to do is you go into your Facebook and you go up into the search for Facebook, and then you can search events in Facebook. And most of the like bazaars, craft fairs, art sales, at least in our area, they do an event on Facebook. Yeah, that is their main way of advertising the event and getting word of mouth and stuff. Hey, Yasmin, welcome, welcome. I hope you're well. It's probably pretty late there, probably later Friday evening there. But so yeah, we so I mainly go into Facebook and I go into the search option on Facebook, and then I'll put in like bazaar or art fair or something, and then I'll click on, there's right under the search where you put in like art fair, right under that there's search people, search events, search, you can search like pages. You're going to want to search events, and then it will come up with all these events. And then I just start emailing people or whatever it says on those events. It should say who's like the contact running it. And so that is the main reason, is the main way I find my craft fairs, art fairs, bazaars. They all have a different name, but the art sale, art fair, bazaar, all that. So what you do is you find them on Facebook or Craigslist. Craigslist is a great way. Up in the events on Craigslist, there'll be an actual in the upper left of the like Craigslist, there's events. And you can find, and also you can search anything vendors wanted. Search on Craigslist vendors wanted, and you'll come up with a lot just searching vendors wanted. And then also just word of mouth. Once you kind of get doing a few craft sales, a few bazaars, you'll get kind of on an email list of different, because a lot of the same people will run a lot of different events throughout the year. And then they'll just keep you on the email list and they'll let you know. And after you've done one, yes, she's over here. She should turn around so we can see her head. Oh, so you just got home, you're taking a cat nap on the sofa? So it's evening there. That's awesome. Well, thank you for coming in. I hope you had a great day and I hope you had a great week. So the other way I find events is when you're doing a bazaar, like tomorrow, I'll be at a local high school doing a bazaar. Uh, when it's downtime, sometimes I ask some of the booths around me, uh, so are you doing any other events? What events have been successful for you this year? Have you done events already this past, we kind of have a bazaar art fair season, and it starts about mid-October to mid-December. And then we have our summer sales, our more outdoor summer sales. But I'll be asking the people around me. I'll be asking the vendors in the booths behind me, next to me on the downtime. Usually we have a little bit of downtime, usually about 1, 2 o'clock, little bit downtime and a lot of bazaars I've noticed. And so I will ask those around me, what ones were really successful for you this year? What ones have you done that you really, what's been your experience? Because you're getting those other people that are just a vendor like you and you're getting their experience. And that's huge to hear, oh, this one didn't, work out. But really keep an open mind because the people's opinions, don't have to be your opinion. Just keep an open mind and listen for that, oh, this one had a lot of traffic. Oh, this one, a lot of things I'm looking for is they set up the day before, they set up the night before. I can't do the ones that are like an hour before the event set up. Tomorrow we'll have 2 hours. So, I mean, that's really cutting it. But we love the ones that are set up like we would be setting up on Friday. We'd be setting up today. Next week's, that's what we're going to do. We're going to set up on Friday, the events on Saturday. So, whatever works for you, be asking people, oh, did that event have Wi-Fi? Because, maybe you have to have Wi-Fi the way your phone works for doing credit cards. You got to think about all these sort of things because people are going to want to pay with credit cards. That's a pretty big thing. But you can ask other vendors around you about events, what other events they're doing coming up, what events they've really liked a lot. You can ask other event coordinators. Are you doing any other events? If I always seem to ask them, is this your only event or are you doing other ones? So you can kind of get on the list for those other events. The other thing is if you have enough time, like they're already full for this year. So maybe be a shopper this year. Go just be a shopper and just see what ones are getting a lot of traffic, what ones seem well put together, well organized. Even as a shopper, you can kind of feel that. You can kind of see if it's, a disarray or if it's a well put together craft fair. So right now is the time if you're thinking about next year, go be a shopper. Look in your paper, look on your Facebook, look in your Craigslist for the events, but not as a vendor, but go shopping. I'm sure in your area, there's lots of craft fairs and bazaars tomorrow. Where they're around here is most of the big churches, most of the middle schools, most of the high schools, a lot of there's really a lot. I mean, even in Portland, which we're very close to Portland, we have the world's largest holiday craft fair. The world's largest is in Portland, the weekend of Thanksgiving, after Thanksgiving, Black Friday weekend. So anyway, so some of the things, so anybody have any questions on like how to find events, how to find, because now that I've kind of talked about everything on my notes for that, on how to find an event. Now I want to switch to what you're going to be looking for in an event. So does anybody have any questions or, and then I wanted to show here, I'll take a moment and see if anybody have any questions. I'll show a couple more. Here's that feather and here's how it dried. I'm super happy how it dried. I'm going to be doing another feather this afternoon, but on a longer kind of like a jewelry box, a longer one. This doesn't have clear coat yet, but here's what some of the ones I was working on my live stream on Tuesday when you guys were here. This is a recipe box, and so I've gotten the edges, the sides painted, and then that was the pour. And that'll have to get clear coated still. Now this one has gotten clear coated. Remember on Tuesday I was painting the purple sides. And this was a dip for the jewelry box. And so Mike has been helping me clear coat, and he puts a little tack in here to keep it open. So when we're clear coating, we don't clear coat it right shut, because if you clear coat it with it shut, it could be stuck shut. So that's a little what he does, the little trick he does. But yeah, we've been just getting done. I mean, I have that 4-foot table that I was working on, just filled with stuff we finished, and now it's drying. Yeah, just to keep it open, because if we clear coated it with it shut, it would be stuck shut. So yeah, we just put a little tack, and it was just barely into the tack is going into that inside corner, so nobody will see that little bit it's in there. But yeah, that's a great idea that Mike came up with, actually. But yeah, this came out real nice, and this is that one from the Dollar Tree. So I thought it came out pretty good. And it's just a little, I don't know, like a little box. I think a little girl could put her hairbrush or a few things. Oh yeah, Creations by Baby Doll. I don't have it here right now next to me, but I don't know why I didn't see your email until actually late last night. I finally saw it, but I saw you sent it. I don't know why I didn't see that. But right after this, I'll get back to you. Are you gonna grab it? It's over on that table. That my work table in the dining room. The dog, the little it's like mainly black. But yeah, I'm gonna email you back right after this. But yeah, and then I have the same matching color. Here, why don't you show me this black jewelry box? That's also she was interested in. But yeah, those I did all together, and they're all from yeah, that's a top to it. So this got clear coated, and it needs to be attached to the bottom with a hinge. It's the little jewelry box. But actually, here's the bottom to it. So I'll paint the bottom, and so it's taped off because the screws are in there, and that's how I don't lose the screws. But yeah, it's gotten a coat of clear coat. It's okay. I'll send her a picture right after this. It's okay. Thank you though. Thank you very much. But yeah. So and then this one is that sunset one. I haven't decided on this one, guys. This one dried a lot darker than I wanted. I think I don't know. I contemplated pouring over it, but I think it is still very pretty. So I think I'll keep this one, and then I will get another canvas this size and try that same again with a little bit, because it dried pretty dark from what I was expecting and wanting. But my first thought was, oh, I should just pour over it. But no, this did turn out decent. It just wasn't what I was looking for. So I think I'll just get these half circle canvases. That's real fun. So I've never done that shape. I got that from Joann's though, Joann Fabrics. And then I did this one recently. It's got that gold through the center. So yeah, I've got a bunch of new paintings that'll be at this craft sale tomorrow. So that'll be cool. It's always fun to have new stuff. And so I'm gonna go ahead and talk about now, like, okay, if you're gonna be looking for a craft fair, what you're gonna be looking for in an event. So when you're looking for a craft fair, because for me, my area, there's so many, I have to pick and choose. Some days, like tomorrow, there's probably 4 bigger events that I have to choose from. And so what am I gonna, what one, how does it narrow it down for me? So what I look for is I ask them, are they advertising? You definitely want to make sure your event is advertising, and where are they advertising and in what ways. And so that's a big one, is you want to make sure that event is advertising. And you can ask, hey, games made of cardboard. Awesome. That's a cool name. I'll have to check you out. Welcome and thanks for stopping in. So we're talking about craft fairs, bazaars, art sales, and what to look for when you're choosing an event. You also want to look for like the amount of traffic. You can ask them, is this your first year doing this event? How many years have you done this event? And in past years, how much traffic did you get? And you can kind of judge on what part of town is it in? Is it a busy part of town? Is it in a secluded part of town where nobody really goes, there or something? Because I have done a craft fair where it was completely like secluded neighborhood, like, and we got very few. So you want to make sure it's in a big trafficked area, and also ask them specifically, how much traffic did they get in years past if they've done this event? And if it's the first year for the event, if you can't really compare the amount of traffic, one big great thing is then you would be, hey, Slab City News, welcome. But But so totally threw me off. My conscious was so okay. So when you're searching for a craft fair or an event, you want to make sure the amount of traffic. It's going to be a busy sell, and then is it a new event? And then if it is a new event, you want to make sure if it is the first year of that event, you want to make sure that they, are really advertising, really going out of their way to advertise, maybe a social media presence or something where they can advertise the event. Because the whole thing is getting the traffic in there. If I've done events where there's nobody coming in, no traffic, and that's hard. That's really hard. So you definitely want a lot of people. And then you always want to look at the size of the space and the size of the space to the cost ratio too. You don't want to be paying, a ton for a little tiny bit where it's just a 6 foot table space. You want to make sure that you've got a some events are like $400 and you got this little bitty area. I tend to stick around $50 and I usually have like an 8x8 area, 10x10 area. So, but all areas of the country are different on their pricing and all that. So, but you definitely want to look at your the size of the space you're going to have and if it's going to work for your product. Like I now have grid wall. Grid walls, for those that don't know, it's a standing upright wire, like not wire, but it's metal grid that I can hang my paintings on. So I have to make sure that the space is big enough for my grid wall to be there to hang the paintings on. So also, if depending on what you sell, I don't need electricity. You need to make sure if your item is something that needs electricity, ask up front. You need to ask up front if they have a bathroom. I've had events where they don't have a bathroom. That's not and that's not good for the customer either. People. So you just little things that you need to check. It's usually in the contract. It's usually right in there. And it's a lot of these things, electricity, bathroom, size of space. You don't have to ask. They'll have it right in the contract. But if they don't have it in the contract, ask because you want to make sure they have a bathroom, all that good stuff. Hey, Mr. Doughboy, how are you doing? Welcome. Wi-Fi. If you need Wi-Fi, because you want to collect credit card, you want to through PayPal, through Square, there's so many different places you can collect credit card. But if your phone is the Type C, I just go on my data on my phone if the place doesn't have Wi-Fi. No big deal. But you want to make sure the place has Wi-Fi if that's something you need for taking credit cards. Uh, hey, hey, Kumar, thank you. I'm well. How are you doing? How are you doing? Uh, and then another thing that's it depends on what your product is you're selling. You may want to have like a substantial amount of setup time. It really depends on how you might want to practice setting, and we'll talk about that in next Fridays, doing your setup and how you want to do a setup and kind of pros and the cons of that certain setups and stuff. So you might want to practice your setup and see how long it takes you. Are you going to have a sufficient amount of time to set up or tear down? For instance, event we did a couple of weeks ago, you get a large area. So you bring a lot. You set up. Sometimes we take 2 van loads of stuff. You set up the day before. You get the whole day to set up. You have about an hour to tear down. So you got to make sure that you can tear down your stuff and get it packed away and ready to go home within the amount of time they give you. And you can set up within the amount of time because you don't want to be when that rush of crowd comes in, those first people coming through the doors, you don't want to be still setting up. You want to be ready to go for them. So just make sure you ask or it's in the contract of what time you can set up and what time you can tear down, how much time you have. You want to make sure it's sufficient for you. And I mean, I can't say for everybody that's different. But yeah, that's kind of pretty much what I was going to go through, guys. The next Friday, I'm going to chat with you some more, but that's what I had planned to talk about so far. So next Friday, we'll talk about setup and what to bring to an event. And then on the third and final of this little live stream series I'm doing on the 29th, we're going to talk about actual events and things like that, and customer service and some of the things to do at the event wall to kind of help bring in those sales and stuff. But yeah, I'm doing good, Mr. Dova. I'm doing good. I'm getting ready for a big event tomorrow, big craft sale bazaar. So it's fresh on my mind. So I'm like, oh, might as well. That'll be the subject we talk about because I'm getting ready for one myself. So yeah, a lot of little information throughout this, but today was mainly on how to find a craft sale, how to find bazaars, and then also what you're looking for in the events when you're checking different events out. And you can ask the event coordinator, um, you can ask them all these questions, electricity, Wi-Fi, all those questions. Are they advertising? What's the size of the space? There's lots of stuff that's important to know. So yeah, and then it's the more you do, what type of events fit your stuff. Definitely, not every event is for every type of product or every type of thing you maybe make or every type of art. You definitely, the more events you do, the more you start understanding what your target market is and which ones are work for you. For instance, we do a lot with like the roller derby crowd, and they're really a fun, young, kind of alternative crowd. They love my art. My art goes really well with the roller derby crowd. And so, I mean, it's just understanding who, like, really your target audience and and looking for those events. But yeah, does anybody have any questions? And then we can just chat for a little bit. And I have a few other paintings to show. So I have this one here I did. I'm going to touch up the white a little bit. I don't like this little bit. But so this is going to go the cell with us. And this, I'm not sure if anybody saw this video. This was actually a pretty funny video. It was a blooper video. So this was going to be a completely different painting. But what happened was the top came off of my turquoise and it got turquoise, like half a bottle of turquoise. So then I was left. I didn't want to waste the paint. I didn't want to waste the canvas. So I was like, oh, what do I do? And so I left that in the video, and you see turquoise. It actually went up my wall and everything. And then I kind of added this, I did a swipe, and then I added this seahorse just to kind of, he's kind of abstract. He's not a perfect, but he's a little swipe to do with that turquoise because it went everywhere, but the lid came off of so that one's going to be going. And then I've got this one is, it's okay. I haven't decided on this one. I love certain areas. But this one, certain areas, I don't know. So I'm thinking about stenciling maybe a quote, or I'm not sure, stenciling, some sort of word on here. So yeah. That one's real bright, like in your face. It's very like Lisa Frankish. It kind of reminds me of 80s, 90s Lisa Frank. Do you guys remember Lisa Frank stickers and just all kinds of different stuff? I had like the notebooks and the little pencil keeper, and it was all Lisa Frank. Does the husband always call when you're watching? My mom lately has been calling every live stream, and I've kind of told her my schedule of live streaming, but she tends to, that's when she calls, but that's okay. Last on Tuesday, I think it was, I called her right back, so no big deal. But yeah, your mom too. Yeah, that moms. No, I'm just kidding. That just tends to happen. So what else can I show and tell? And does anybody have any questions? Who else does? Do you guys sell anything? Do any vendor events? Do crafts fairs, bazaars? Do you guys do any events like that? I'm curious. So this was the LED light up box. I've gotten the edges on those ones done. But those were kind of fun trying to figure out how we're going to clear coat those because of all the little nooks and crannies. So, yeah. Oh, no, it's people just tend to call right when you're the busiest, huh? Well, not that you're the busiest watching me, but when you've got something going on. So, you're new at this, new at pouring, or I've been doing it for quite some time. I forgot to show you guys this one. I'm real happy how this one turned out. So I painted the base. The base on this one will need one more coat probably today to get ready for the big one. So, oh, okay. So you're only 6 weeks now, and you've already got enough to do a big sell. So I'm curious to know over there, Sweden, do they have big craft fairs, bazaars, art sales? Is that something that, because here I live in Pacific Northwest in Washington State, and we have tons. I mean, every weekend for 2.5 months straight during right around Christmas time, right before Christmas time, we have lots and lots of craft sales, bazaars, and things like that. So we have tons to choose from. But yeah, I thought this one dried real nice, and it's like slick almost. And that one, let me reach. Sorry, guys, I'm reaching. And then that one was also poured with this. I think he's a Stegosaurus. Is that what he is? I know he's a dinosaur, obviously, but is he a Stegosaurus? But yeah, those are just some of the things we're getting ready and done for tomorrow. So I'm hoping it's a good one. It's usually a pretty big one. It's the biggest high school in our area, in our county. So yeah. Yeah, definitely. I'm hoping with these three live streams, I broke it up into three. You can get enough information, and you can always email me if you have any questions. You can always, or anybody, if anybody has any questions, go ahead and ask questions here or later in the comments, or you can email me or whatever works for you, or Instagram or whatever. But if anybody has any questions, I've been doing craft sales and bazaars for years and years and years. And then even before that, my mom was, and I was helping her out. So I've got a lot of kind of experience in this. And on different things. I haven't always sold my artwork. For only about the last 3.5 years have I sold my artwork. I did cookies and cookie mixes and soup mixes and stuff like that before. But then they changed a lot of the laws in Washington on what you could sell food wise and stuff. I did I rented a spot in a commercial kitchen for a little while, and then it just wasn't workable, feasible for me money wise. So now I do, and my art took over anyways, my time. So yeah, you're not sure how it works there. See if maybe on your Facebook, if you've got events listed in Facebook, you can check there. I'm not sure, word of mouth maybe. But sometimes as just a shopper, you maybe will see some signs or something, and then write those down, because the next year they'll probably have another event there. So, right, go ahead, and if you see something around this year, write it down, and if you can, go shopping there and see, because you kind of see how busy it is, what the atmosphere, how well your stuff fits in, and everything changes every year. So even if maybe the next year it different. So always check in the next year and email whoever maybe is in charge of the event or something like that. Yeah, you have time to be a shopper this year, and that's always fun too. When I have my downtime and not have a bazaar going on, I love to go check out others and see what other people are making and selling, and what's stuff too, because you can get a lot of information just shopping. But yeah, so I'm really happy how these ones turned out. And I'm not sure if you guys remember, this was done on that live stream where I had done this design, and then I was like, I'm not sure. I kind of think it needs a little something more, but I'm not sure. So that's then when we added this up top. And so then I kind of just had this desire to do another one in these same colors with just the kind of C shape and not this extra. So that's how this one came about, is the next day or so after doing that one on the first one on the live stream, I got the same colors out and I did a bigger C. So it just has the C, but it kind of give it a bigger impact because it was a little bit more paint and a little bit bigger. So now they kind of go together, and I'm real happy. I kind of want to keep these ones, but I don't know. Yeah. Yeah, Mike is always a shop. He likes to go check around. I'm taking care of the booth. He walks around in shops and stuff. And yeah, at this the Evergreen High School event last year, he was able to buy jerky and balsamic vinegar, and he likes to try all the things people have and stuff. Sorry, guys, I'm kind of, I don't know. I cannot be getting sick. That's all I know, but I definitely keep choking today. But yeah, so these turned out, I think they turned out pretty. Let's not knock everything over. And that's with no clear coat on it yet. In a couple hours, that's going to get the clear coat. Yeah, the smoky, it was a smoked balsamic vinegar. I think balsamic vinegar is all right. I'm not a huge fan like Mike is. Mike could put balsamic vinegar on anything. He loves it. So he was really into the smoked balsamic vinegar. But yeah, and I just wanted to go ahead and say again that I am not going to be doing live streams for the month of December. I'm taking the month of December off of live streams. I'm going to miss you guys. I am hoping to do a few premieres, and you never know. I could pop in maybe once in December with a live stream. I'm thinking about just like one, just random. But I'm not going to have any scheduled live streams in the month of December. We've just got way too much going on. And I'm going to kind of use that time to get everything, like, I think I'm going to start live streaming in the studio. It's our dining room, but I call it the studio because that's only my art now. But so yeah, I think I'm going to live stream in there. So I'm going to get a whole live stream backdrop set up. I'm going to move to OBS. And so it'll give us a few other, I'm going to learn OBS. I don't know anything about OBS, but it'll give hopefully some different features for the live stream. And I'm going to hopefully get some other lighting and stuff. So I'm kind of hoping to like take that break and then come back in January with like kind of like a rebranding, kind of just hopefully it'll make a big difference, and it'll be a better quality live streams. I don't think it's terrible. I like my live streams now, but I just want to take that time to really bump it to the next level. But so yeah. Yeah, and I think the month of December will be great too, because I turned 40 in January too. So I'm all in a panic mode, like, oh my God, I turned 40 in January. So I feel like I've got to just really focus on a bunch of stuff around the house and with, the family, and really like this holiday season and stuff. And we've got just a ton going on. We have scheduled way too much for December, honestly. But yeah, so what else do I got to show you? I also have this one. Now, this one is the color shift. So on camera, it's very interesting how it turned out, but it's all color shift paint. So it shifts. It's real fun looking. That one. Oh, I have this one here next to me. I haven't decided, guys. Should I re-pour this? I don't know. I kind of thinking about not re-pouring it, but using it as maybe a background, as like a funny, weird, abstract landscape. But yeah, I've got this one that I'm not happy with, but I'm not like, there's certain areas that I kind of want to maybe paint out other areas and leave areas and make it into like a funky abstract. What else do I have next? Oh, I have this one here next to me, because I have a lot here next to me that also this one needs a little bit of touch up before the sale. I'll have to touch this one up a bit. The black comes off weird on the camera. So which one? Which one, H7? I've gone so fast. Hey, Roger, how are you doing? Welcome. Yes, a background for that one, you're thinking? Yeah, see, and that's the thing is you never know how it's gonna. This one right here, is that what you're saying? It kind of looks like an owl. You guys see it? Kind of looks like an owl. Sorry, I'm all over here on the side. But the last one. This one. Woo, hitting the camera. Hey, H7, have you gotten my package? It kind of does look like an oil slick. But did you get the package magnets? I'm curious. I haven't I need to track that, but you should receive that maybe yesterday or Wednesday. But so yeah, and this has got that color. It doesn't come off. It's coming off more blue on there. Kind of comes better, but it's got that Key West color. Oh, okay, okay, because it might be there today, maybe. But it's that Key West color that you really like, H7 too. So that's probably why that one stood out to you, is because it's that color you really like. But yeah, do you guys see on this one the like kind of the owl? I see kind of an owl there. I'll be right back. You're going to check right now. All right. So yeah, those are some of the things I just have in arm's reach of me right now. The feather, which this video hasn't gotten very many views. I'm kind of actually surprised, but you never know. Sometimes it's just weird. And this one just turned out a lovely purple, this purple background. And that's just from mixing up a failed pour. I scraped it off and mixed the paint up and got this purple. That was awesome. So yeah. Um, what else? Yeah, so since I'm not gonna be doing any live streams for the month of December, I'm for the rest of November, I'm still gonna do my Tuesday and Friday. And Tuesdays are going to be painting and stuff like that. Friday's going to be this series for the rest of the Fridays of November on art fairs, craft fairs, things like that. And then I'm thinking about on the 30th. Oh, okay. Awesome. Awesome. So the 30th of November, I'm going to do a live stream, and it's going to be I think like a little bit of a giveaway and thanking you guys the last day of November, the right before Christmas and stuff. So I'm going to give away some more magnets and some more maybe pendants, some small items. So on the 30th of November, I think my live stream is going to be about 6 p.m. And then that'll be the last live stream for a month. But that's going to be a fun kind of giveaway live stream and stuff like that. Awesome, awesome. So H7, I sent both the magnets because I honestly couldn't remember. I ended up moving them and I got them mixed up. So I just sent you both. I couldn't remember which one was which. But so, and I that felt they kind of went together. They just needed to stay together. So yeah, awesome. You're welcome. But is this cat ever gonna wake up here? But yeah, so anybody got any questions any questions at all? Any questions about paint pouring? Any questions about bazaars, art fairs, craft sales? It's kind of gray today. It's kind of funky coloring. This cat's name, I don't know if I've ever shared our cat's name. So this cat's name is Sasha. But my children were quite small, so they didn't say Sasha. So she became Sausage. So I still call her Sasha. She's Sasha, but pretty much everybody call her Sausage. We all call her Sausage. So we have Sasha and Sparky. Those are our two cats. Sparky is a real elderly cat. She pretty much just sticks right in one little area, doesn't move too much from her cat bowl and litter box. You know, she stays in a pretty big vicinity. But she's that one's Sparky. And then this one is Sasha or Sausage. So we have the two cats and we have a bunch of fish. Now, I did share with you guys on Tuesday, I think I shared with you the name of our fish we just got. Mike named the fish Shithid. But if you spell that out, you can figure out what, but he named it Shithid. And then there are other fish. One is called Sofa. And then the other fish is called King. So if you put those together, you know. So yeah, those are our new fishes' names. But so right now that's what we have is we have two kitties and a bunch of fish. We did have a hamster up until about a month ago. Then the hamster passed away. So yeah, hey, Queen of Hearts, LA, welcome. Uh, Welcome and thanks for stopping in. How are you doing? How are you doing? We were talking a lot about like craft sales and bazaars and stuff. And then I was just showing a few of the projects that I've gotten done here recently. We've kind of got a blue, it's a very gray day. The windows, I have pretty much a wall of windows to my left, but it's very gray day. But so I just put a hanger on the back and then I sell these as kind of like a necklace rack, or some people use hang their keys or their leashes or all kinds of little things like that. So I was sharing some of the projects that I've gotten done here recently. Doing good, good. Yeah, it's happy Friday. Yeah, happy Friday, everyone. So, what do you guys have planned for the weekend? We have our big craft sale, and then pretty much Sunday, we're usually the day after a craft sale. We're just putting things away and stuff like that and kind of taking it easy. We won't probably do much on Sunday. Get a few things put back into storage. You know, we have the big grid wall, the display that we use. That all has to go back to storage and all that. I'm on Etsy. I am on Etsy. I'm Whimsy Creek Art on Etsy, but Mike might be able to get you the link. The link is also in my descriptions. It's in my not in the description of this live stream. I'll put it later, but it's in my channel banner as well. And Katie is not here. She's having a minor kind of a minor surgical, a minor medical thing going on. So Katie's not here today. Crafty Ladybug. Yeah, I'm on Etsy. Etsy is my main place of online sales. But I'm Whimsy Creek Art, same as or Whimsy Creek Boutique. Actually, let's say this right, aren't I? Let me look real quick. Yes, I'm Whimsy Creek Boutique. There you go. Thank you so much. There you go. Mike has the link right there. Awesome, awesome. Thank you. Yeah. So what I do, and this is also a big thing, is I have some of the things that I have. I'll be taking to the bazaar as on Etsy. So if you guys are wanting to swoop it up today, because then I'll have them, you know, at the event tomorrow, and then I'll have to take them off of Etsy. But yeah, I'm hoping everything goes well for her today, and I'm sure it will. I'm sure it's going to go great, and she'll recover well. But thank you. The feather is not on Etsy, but it can be on Etsy. It actually not. It can be on Etsy. I'm planning on putting it on Etsy in the next couple hours. These ones just went on Etsy yesterday. I'm right in the process and these are going on Etsy today. These are planning on going up today. But yeah, so that'll be next hour or so. It's kind of hard in the gray weather to get a good photo. So that's kind of been holding me up as things dry. I'm waiting for a nice sunny day to get a good photo to get them on Etsy. So these are kind of the latest paintings that have just dried in the last week or so, as they're all dry and ready to go. So yeah, I saw a mention of this one. Yeah, this one is a fun color shift one. It turned out it was a tree ring pour, but because it's color shift, it turned very geode looking. But yeah, so that was a fun one. I set this well. So yeah, so about 5 more minutes, guys. I try to extend it about an hour usually. I think that's about the max for a live stream usually. I try. But we have clear coating to get finished, so it'll all dry and be ready to go. And we're just packing things up because this is a bigger event, but smaller booth size. So you really gotta like determine what works for you and what you want to do, because we have to really sort through and only take the best of the best and what we really want, because it's such a small booth size. And one real key fact I'll tell you real quick. Yeah, 8x5 is small for us. The last sale we did 2 weekends ago was a 10x10. So it was a much easier size for us. But um, then also, one key thing people kind of keep in mind is they try to, tips that I have always heard and try to kind of stick around. You're looking to get 5 times what you put into your booth. So, say you pay $50 for that booth, for that space. Your hope for a single day, I'm talking for just a single day. When it gets a multiple day event, it kind of gets a little bit different of a ratio, but you're hoping to make 5 times what you put into your booth is kind of what you're looking for. So, say you have a $50 booth setup, a booth size, you had to pay $50 for your space. You're hoping to make 250. Is kind of a key to look for. You definitely, it's great and amazing, and it's the key to make way more than that. But it's kind of the threshold that it makes it success. But I mean, 3 to 5 times what you put into it. I try to go for 5 times what I put into the booth size makes a successful event. But that's just kind of what you can look for in what you're putting when you're shopping around for events to sell at. To kind of think in your head, kind of that ratio is okay. If it's, because like there's $400 booths here, and I was looking at a $400 booth, but there's no way I would bring in 5 times that, and my stuff wouldn't sell for 5 times that and stuff. So I don't know. That's just kind of when you're shopping around for events, I try to keep that in the back of my head. 5 times that. Because if I went to a $400 event and sold 5 times that, that would probably be everything, which would be amazing, but it probably wouldn't happen for me. So I'm probably not ready for a $400 event, unless it's multiple days. But I'm talking for a 1 day event. But oh, that's okay. I've decided to take the month of December. I'm gonna actually film the December's videos in the next couple of weeks and get them scheduled to come out. And so I've been thinking of all the things I want to do in December. Before my 40th birthday, I gotta get this all done. So resin is one of the things. Month of December, I'm hoping to really figure out some resin, and really, I'm gonna conquer the resin. But there's a whole bunch of I was writing a little list of December things, or before 40 things, before I turn 40, that I want to get done. So yeah, month of December. I'm hoping to come back in January. So it should be like January 2nd or something, that I come back with the next live stream after December. I'm hoping to have like a whole new setup and whole new features, because with OBS, I should be able to do giveaways a little bit easier during live streams and stuff. So I'm going to research all that. I'm going to learn all that. That's my goal. That's the reason I'm kind of taking that time to come back with a whole new and all new art techniques too. I'm going to take the time to learn resin, and I'm going to take the time. So I'm hoping that'll be really cool. So yeah, we'll see. But I think a lot of times too, me, I'm really stubborn. So because I've told you guys all this, I will do it. But if I would have just kind of kept quiet, I maybe wouldn't have would have procrastinated. The months would have gotten away with me and stuff like that. So yeah, you kind of remember turning 40. That's awesome. Uh yeah, time is just flying. Time is just flying. That's what it feels like. I know everybody I talked to recently. No matter if they're 20s, 40s, 60s, it really feels like I've talked to everybody, a lot of people around me. They say time just feels like it is flying, flying. So no, you got a year and a half, 2 years left. Then he's right behind me, and then Mike will be. So yeah. So what do you guys have planned for this weekend? Did anybody say? Um. Yeah. So that's what we are doing. We're actually maybe on Sunday going out for sushi. So that should be interesting. We're like, I don't mind sushi. I don't avoid sushi. I just haven't had much sushi. And I think Mike's, we're just a family that hasn't been exposed to it too much. So Sunday we're going to go out for sushi because we just want to try some new things and stuff like that. So we'll see. I mean, we've had a little, but you haven't been out and gone for sushi. Like you've had a little bit of like at the food carts and things like that, but not an actual sushi experience. So we're gonna go try that. Your average girl. I have got. I will be messaging you right after this too. I've got it all numbered out your ornaments so you can pick which one. So I've got to get those pictures over. It's a picture and then they've got numbers so you can pick. So grandkids, no sushi. You're going to be helping with the grandkids this weekend, having spending some time with them. If you don't mind sharing, how old are your grandkids? But if I totally understand if you don't want to share that, I completely get that. But if you don't mind, how old are they? But yeah, so your average girl, how are you doing? Thanks for stopping in. Awesome. Yeah. So yeah, we just kind of went over about craft fairs and what to look for in a craft fair and how to find them. Next week will be setup and what you want to take. Then the following week will be the actual event and customer service and things that you can do at your event to hopefully, promote sales and promote future sales too. As an artist, I can get commissions at events. Events can, bring me commissions and sales long after by having my cards available, putting out those cards, and so people are gonna get back to me later. That's always an important thing. You want to make sure you have, if you're going to do any events like that, try if you can business cards. And I do my business cards through Vistaprint. If you watch out for their sales or their promo codes, they have real good sales every once in a while. And you can grab one of those sales and get really good business cards for cheap. And I'm hoping to actually start having some of my stuff printed with Vistaprint. And then I should have some stuff printed with my art on it through Vistaprint. Oh, your grandkids like sushi though. Oh, awesome, awesome. Yeah, not too many kids do. Uh, my teens are wanting to expand and wanting to try it, so that's why we're gonna go try it. And so, um, I do not like seaweed. I don't like nori wrap. So I think I'll be good if I just kind of like. I'm totally for trying everything else. I just don't really like that. I think it's called nori wrap, but it's the seaweed, the green. I don't like that. So I'm just going to avoid ones that are like rolls with that. I'm hoping for other ones. Yeah, I'm hoping it'll be a great weekend. This has been a great event and past for us. So we're hoping it'll be another great event. But thank you, thank you. Yeah, I know. I don't like the seaweed. A lot of people, that's like what they really like. But you never know. Maybe I haven't had it, and I will probably try it. Maybe I haven't had it properly or fresher or anything like that. Our experiences have been like seriously like food carts, and which food carts can have amazing food, but I don't think our sushi experience has been the up to par the best sushi experience. Yeah, and now I love wasabi. I love horseradish, I love wasabi, but yeah, to find actual real wasabi, it's pretty rare in the United States at least. It's usually going to be a dyed horseradish or something like that, but I enjoy horseradish wasabi on anything. Like I love that spice, that clear your sinuses spice. But so yeah, that's what our weekend's going to be. I hope you guys have uh yeah, our today's going awesome. Just getting ready for a big sale tomorrow and stuff. So yeah. No worries, your average girl. I know you're busy. You do the same thing I do. I get a live going and I just set it up going while I'm sweeping or dusting, or you do the same thing I do. And I know, so I get it. So no worries. But look for here in the next hour or so, I'm going to be messaging you on Instagram, your average girl. So I'm going to be messaging you about those ornaments. So awesome, guys. So I hope you guys all have an awesome weekend. I hope you have a chance to uh, relax and maybe get out or do some art or something super fun. Take care of yourself, guys. Have a good weekend. And I'll be back on Tuesday for my live stream. Otherwise, we'll be a couple of videos coming out through the weekend. So, all right. Have a good one, guys. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. I truly appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you so much. Have a good one.